Nerve is a new thriller that is basically the concept is this game Nerve. You can either be a player or a watcher. A watcher subscribes to this feed and provides dares for the players, but it's like these really extreme dares. So, and you get a certain amount of money for doing so if you are a player. And Emma Roberts' character is basically that girl who's kind of an outsider. She doesn't really want to get involved with all this crap. Then some things push her to. I'm not going to spoil it. And she eventually signs up for Nerve and becomes insanely popular very quickly, and gets some very and has to go through some very intense dares alongside with a guy she meets played by Dave Franco. And that's essentially the movie. But actually, I wasn't excited for Nerve at all. Actually, like it looked like it had potential. I really liked the premise of the movie. Yeah, I know I didn't probably sell it too well, but if like I don't know, I read the synopsis and it actually really intrigued me. Then I watched the trailer. I didn't like the trailers. The trailers are not good. So I wasn't quite sure what to expect going into this movie because no one had reviews up yet, so I had no clue what to expect. And did I like Nerve? I actually really enjoyed this movie, surprisingly. Like, I didn't think I liked this movie very much. It's actually really good. It has a great message about like popularity and how that affects some kids and our generation and all this insane stuff that people do to get to the top. It's almost like the Neon Demon in a way, and it's also a very it also heavily uses neon lights, which gets me into another thing. Cinematography is great. It looks beautiful. The scenes actually are very intense. A lot of these dare sequences had me like biting my nails. There is one scene that is very intense, granted. A motorcycle scene, a motorcycle dare. And I like the scene. It's intense. It's actually quite intense. But this movie takes place in New York City. Okay. New York City has some of the worst traffic ever. These two people on a motorcycle are cruising through the freaking streets that aren't vacant, but they're not really that bad either. It's like normal standard traffic. New York City is... The traffic in New York City is so bad. And they didn't pass any police car. Do you know how many police cars there are in New York City? I don't know. It's this one thing that kind of bothered me. This movie definitely has flaws. It is a very flawed movie, but a great time. It's so much fun. And I don't know. It has its great message and really good performances from Emma Roberts and Dave Franco, who actually have really good chemistry and carry this movie very well. I like them in the movie. The dare sequences are absolutely intense. I love them. Most of them. that one scene, though. And it's mostly grounded in a pretty realistic world. I don't know. I like the whole idea of the movie. The concept is genius. And it actually works to an effective degree. And I enjoy that about it. It's actually a decently well-made movie too. It's not the best movie in terms of writing. There's some mediocre writing here and there, and it does take a bit to get going, and it takes a few minutes to really get into what it's all about, because it just seems like at first it just seems kind of like a teen, like a high school teen type movie, and I think that's what they're really going for though. So I don't know. The cliches galore though too. There are characters, there's characters tropes in this movie for sure. There's the love interest. There is the friend zone guy. He's in this movie. He's not terrible, actually. I like him more than some friend zone characters. But, well, at least he's useful. I'll give him that. He's not like Jose from 50 Shades of Grey or anything. How do I remember that character's name still? Holy crap. But yeah, that character's in the movie. There's the kind of slutty best friend that gets really jealous of her for reasons I'm not gonna really spoil. But yeah, the character tropes are there. I'll give you that too. And that's pretty much all my flaws in a nutshell. I actually had a lot of fun with this movie. It's actually very fun. It's seriously, it's very well paced. The writing could have been better at points, like the ending, and the movie tries to make a choice at the end, but kind of backs away from it and explains it in a different way. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, if you've seen the movie, but yeah, there's a decision that could have been really ballsy that they didn't go through with. Whatever. But overall, I actually had a lot of fun with Nerve. It has a very good message about popularity. It is very well shot, surprisingly. The performances are great. The concept is genius. The dare sequences are fantastic. And with all that being said, I'm going to give Nerve a solid B. It is a very fun movie with flaws. Not very noticeable flaws, but noticeable when you walk out of the movie, you notice them a little more. Even if you love this movie, though, you have to admit it's flawed. You can't even deny it. Like, the whole motorcycle sequence in general is completely flawed. Even if you love this movie, you can't deny that. So, but yeah, that's my review of Nerve. I enjoyed the movie quite a bit, actually. I feel like it sounds like I didn't like it as much as I was trying to make it out to be. I actually really enjoyed the movie. Trust me, it's actually really fun. I'd actually suggest seeing it. But with that being said, it is flawed. So yeah, so that is my review of Nerve. So peace.